Waking up in a city that never sleeps, not because of chaos or noise, but because it doesn't need to. A city that powers itself without burning fuel, without depending on the grid, without a single wire connecting it to the old world of bills and blackouts. You step outside your window, and the streets glow softly with their own light.
The air feel cleaner, the silence almost futuristic.
No hum of diesel engines. No cables stretching across poles.
Only motion, énergie, and calm. This isn't science fiction anymore.
It's real. And it's called Maxwell's self-powered city, a place that has just rewritten the rules of human civilization. For years, the world laughed at the idea of a self-powered anything. Energy doesn't come from nowhere, they said. Free energy is a myth, they mocked. But one man refused to let the noise stop him, Maxwell Chikumbutso, the inventor from Zimbabwe who once shocked the world with his self-powered car, generator, and radio systems. While most innovators were chasing solar panels and batteries, Maxwell was chasing the impossible, a city that could power itself from the invisible forces that surround us every single day. And now, in 2025, that dream stands complete. The city is breathtaking. It rises from the ground like something out of a science fiction film, but everything you see, every glowing streetlight, every moving train, every home filled with warmth, is powered without a single connection to fossil fuel or the traditional electric grid. It's as if the city itself is alive, breathing energy in and out like a living organism. People who walk here say it feels different. They can sense something in the air, a lightness, a calmness. The temperature adjusts automatically. The buildings seem to know when you enter, when you breathe, when you move. There are no power switches.
No generator humming behind the scene. Everything simply works.
This was Maxwell's vision from the very beginning, to create a city where energy was not produced but harvested. He believed that electromagnetic frequencies, ambient radio signals, and natural resonance could be captured, stored, and converted into usable energy, endlessly. And while the world was busy building bigger batteries and smarter grids, Maxwell was building the blueprint of the future. The self-powered city started small, with one prototype neighborhood. A few homes, some smart roads, and a single transportation loop. Skeptics called it a PR stunt. But when the first neighborhood operated continuously for 18 months without a single power failure, without using fuel or solar panels, the laughter turned to silence. The city's heart lies in a quiet, humming facility Maxwell calls the Central Resonance Core. It's not large, not noisy, not mechanical in the traditional sense. Instead, it's a chamber that synchronizes with the Earth's electromagnetic field, drawing energy naturally and distributing it wirelessly to every corner of the city.
The system doesn't burn, doesn't pollute, doesn't run out.
It simply exists, in harmony with the planet's own frequency. For Maxwell, this was never about fame. It was about freedom. As long as we pay for energy, he once said, we are not truly free. And now, his city proves that energy independence is not a luxury, it's a human right. As word spreads, engineers, scientists, and billionaires are flying in from every corner of the world. Some come with admiration. Others come with disbelief. Governments are quietly watching, calculating what it means for the global economy if a single man just made oil, gas, and grid power obsolete. Because what Maxwell has built doesn't just power lights, it powers everything. The transport system inside the city runs on self-charging vehicles that communicate wirelessly with road sensors. The streetlights draw energy directly from ambient sources. The water treatment facilities operate continuously without a single drop of diesel. Even the hospitals, the most energy-hungry of all, run 24/7 on this invisible current, with systems so stable that not one machine has failed since activation. The residents, too, have become part of the ecosystem. Every home features what Maxwell calls an energy ecosystem, a feedback loop that captures unused energy from appliances and sends it back into the city's main field. It's not recycling in the traditional sense. It's resonance, the art of keeping energy alive instead of letting it fade as heat or waste. For the first time in human history, waste energy doesn't just disappear, it returns home. Excellent high voltage lets continue seamlessly, same cinematic, emotional YouTube storytelling tone. Here's part 2 of your 7,000-word narration for Clapperboard. Maxwell's self-powered city is finally complete, the future is here.
When night falls on Maxwell's city, something magical happens.
The skyline glows not from neon signs or street lamps burning electricity, but from buildings themselves.
Every surface, every panel, every
Wall is alive, pulsing gently with light harvested from the city's own electromagnetic field. There's no flickering, no sound of power stations grinding in the background.
Juste quiet, endless illumination.
Tourists who visit describe it as walking through a dream, as if the future has already arrived while the rest of the world is still waiting. Drones hover silently above, mapping the city's power flow like glowing veins under a living skin. The air feels purer, lighter. And when you breathe it in, you don't smell exhaust, smoke, or fuel.
You smell life.
The locals call it the city that breathes. Inside, technology has become invisible. Homes are built from smart materials that adjust automatically to temperature and sunlight. Windows darken or clear on their own. The streets are self-cleaning, powered by a vibrational grid that repels dust and waste without water. Garbage collection doesn't exist anymore because decomposition itself is powered. Waste breaks down faster under controlled resonance, leaving no smell, no pollution. Children play in parks lit by energy that flows from the ground beneath their feet. And as they run, sensors monitor the city's rhythm. Movement itself becomes a source of power. Every step feeds energy back into the system. Every vibration adds to the loop. It's not just sustainable. It's alive. And yet, for Maxwell, this was never about showing off technology. It was about restoring balance. We have spent centuries taking from the earth, he once said. Now it's time to learn how to listen to it. His city isn't powered by machines that dominate nature. It's powered by harmony with it. But the world outside is not as peaceful. When the announcement went public, that the self-powered city was operational, stable, and entirely off-grid, the news broke every record online. Within hours, major energy companies' stocks began to tremble. Oil executives held emergency meetings. Grid operators called it a disruption event. Because what Maxwell had done, quietly and humbly, had the potential to undo everything that powered the 20th century.
Imagine a world where no one pays for electricity. No gas bill.
No fuel imports.
No blackout.
Imagine every country able to power itself freely, from the invisible energy that's already around us. That's not just an invention, that's a revolution. And revolutions scare people. Some governments reached out, offering partnerships, investments, control. Others tried to silence the idea, to bury it under bureaucracy and doubt. Maxwell received offers worth billions from energy cartels desperate to buy his patents. He refused. You can't buy the future, he told them. It belongs to everyone. So they tried something else, discredit. Suddenly, the media that once praised him started calling him a hoax. Appeared claiming his city was a publicity stunt, that wireless energy transmission at this scale is impossible. But as the reporters were typing those words, the city's lights continued to glow, without a single watt from outside. You see, the difference between theory and proof is simple. Proof works even when you don't believe it. And Maxwell's city was proof. Energy experts from Japan, Germany, and the United States requested access to study the system. Maxwell agreed, but with one condition: they must enter with open minds. The first scientist to step inside the central resonance core left in silence, staring at his readings in disbelief. "This changes everything," he whispered. "Everything we thought we knew about power generation."
The secret was never magic.
It was understanding. Maxwell discovered that energy could be drawn from what he called ambient resonance fields, frequencies that exist naturally between Earth and the atmosphere.
Every signal, every vibration, every atome carry motion, and motion is energy.
What his technology does is synchronize with those frequencies, capturing, amplifying, and distributing them without depletion. No pollution.
No extraction.
No end. Inside the city, even time feels different. There's no fear of outages, no panic about rising bills. People live slower, calmer. They walk more, drive less. Transportation is a network of self-powered pods gliding silently along magnetic lines that require no traditional charging.
The streets are almost noise-free.
At night, you can hear footsteps echo. The economy, too, has changed. Without fuel costs, products are cheaper. Factories run 24/7 without burning resources. Even food production has evolved. Vertical farms powered by ambient energy grow vegetables using resonance lighting systems that mimic natural sunlight. Crops grow faster, healthier, untouched by pollution. But perhaps the most fascinating part of this story is not the technology, it's the people. Maxwell's team is not a corporate army. It's a family of dreamers, engineers, scientists, and artists who believed that the impossible was just waiting for a new perspective. Many of them left traditional industries to join him. "I didn't want to fix broken systems," one of them said. "I wanted to build something that doesn't break." And they did. Outside the city walls, visitors watch in awe as vehicles enter and exit without a single charging station. Journalists are forced to admit what they see with their own eyes: cars that never refuel, homes that never lose power, industries that produce without pollution. A few months after opening, something extraordinary happened.
A storm hit the region, lightning, wind, and chaos.
The world watched, expecting Maxwell.